mystical healing, which is also called as faith healing and medical healing. In spite of the fantastic and miraculous advances made by medical science, it still does not have cure for several diseases ranging from periodical rise in temperature, excess heat in body, unbearable physical pain, the decrease or detention in memory power, smallpox, jaundice, to common cold. Siddha's medical principles insist that these diseases are a result of the previous births, the influences of the stars and planets according to the horoscope, the influences of evil spirits and the divine displeasure. So, therefore the mystics, divinators, astrologers and magicians have to be called to play a main role in the medical field, such that the psychic force or the electromagnetic force created by certain individuals by their virtue and penance should be utilized as curative medicines. Thus, mystical healing is part of Padinansiddha's tradition. Padinansiddhas preach that the divine power is within every man and as well as it is outside of every man, that it is everywhere in this cosmic universe. If any man will try sincerely to find out the power outside of him or within him, certainly he will succeed. In order to help the seekers of the divine power, the Padinansiddhas have rendered many means and methods. In short, it is clear that these siddhas have sung the songs of faith and belief in social and religious functions, ceremonies, rituals and customs. The siddhas' medical principles clearly states that the stress and strain in this world, with all its follies and foibles, man mostly suffers from psychosomatic complaints. Most of the so-called physical ailments, mental disorders and physical disabilities are directly attributed to psychological causes. A psychic force, that is, a force beyond of electricity and magnetism. Gravitational force of the celestial things, that is, the stars and planets, and the evil efforts of the spirits, damsels and deities. Ultimately, these leads to neurosis. Neurosis can be explained as a breakdown of personality. So, it has to be interpreted as a conflict of mind and spirit or soul, and body or man, and the cosmic universe. On account of this, it is clear that neurosis is not a symptom of weakness of mind. It is only by the influence of mystical power and occult power neurosis occurs. The faith healer or the divinator or the mystic tries to break down the resistances of the neurotic patient. The rituals, offerings and prayers produce miraculous effect in healing whatever may be the condition of the patient. The divine or mystic power is generally named as Arul. This Arul is an emanation of a force which is something like electromagnetic power related to the electrical changes which takes place in the human bodies and especially in our numerous systems. So, it is clear that the Arul is the really electromagnetic power. Then it is clear that this Arul of one person can act upon that of another. So, a divinator becomes a generator of the Arul, that is, an electromagnetic power. This power is useful in doing necessary thing on others' body and mind. Thus, the mystical healing takes place. The basic principle of the mystical healing is that vital force can be recharged into the body from an outside force, from the Arul emanation of another more healthy and more vital person. That is, the Guru get power from main deity or the supreme being. He then transmits it to his disciple, Manakan, and he in turn recharges it to the patient. Thus, by increasing the vital force of a sick person, one can increase his powers to fight the patient's illness. In this manner, the pain of the patient would be eased and his courage and optimism increased by the sense of well-being. For this, a scientific and a rationalistic explanation can be given. That is, now the divine or mystic power namely Arul, is explained as electromagnetic power. So it is clear that as soon as two persons come close enough together for the transfer of Arul by some rituals or ceremonies, the power Arul will flow from the stronger to the weaker and will be directed to the spot where it is most needed, since that point will be at the lowest energy level. Here the combinations of the willpower, that is the strength of mind, and the mental power and the psycho power, the physical strength of the divinator, acts as the electromagnetic force. So the divinator tries to attain the result or aim or the desired end, because if anyone will strongly desire anything or try to achieve anything sincerely and continuously with courage and faith, it is sure that he will succeed. According to the Padinansitta's philosophy or the principles of religion is that by worshipping atom, a man can command it, destroy it, or utilize it to form things as he likes. So it is clear that willpower is nothing but the mental power, which is the mind's force. The strength of this force varies according to the physical strength, courage, faith, and sincerity of the individuals, since they had to spend more time and energy in creating the willpower and utilizing it for healing others. That is to say, the divinators must have a good physical conditions and finite principles in life. It is clear that the mind does have a force that can affect physical matter such that it will cure all sorts of mental strain, stress, tiresome, fear, frustration, inferiority complex, disappointmental feelings of great expectations, and so on. So the willpower is an essential force in the medical field to cure mental disorders and physical disabilities. Mystical treatment. This can be scientifically explained. A mystic creates an inner force by a systematic process of prayers, offerings. That is to say, the mystics are endowed with an unusual brainwave pattern, sound waves with thousands of times more voltage being generated at the 32 limbs of the body. The body rhythms of the divinator produce a beat which is picked up by the patient. During this process, the beat is amplified by the field around the divinator and will be concentrated on that spot or a part of the body of the patient where the divinator fixes his eyes. Here it is very clear that the divinator changes the sound waves as light rays and he transmits or passes it on the patient. This is a far advanced stage in science. The mystic is able to generate the necessary force to bring about equally necessary changes in the mind of his patient, thereby producing measurable effects and desirable changes for securing cure. So, it is a well-known fact that the mystic must be a man of knowledge and ability so that he can judge at any moment of time whether the patient's level of anxiety is high, medium, or low. The references quoted in this article are taken from the prescribed textbooks for the medical course in the ancient Tanjore International University, founded by His Holiness Gurumaha Sannidhanam Siddhar Kaveri Atrangare Karuvurar, the Padinansitta Peetham 9. In this university, the medical course was taught for 12 years, 785 AD to 1040 AD. This university was awarding degree in quite a lot of subjects. More particulars about this university are given in the other articles of the books, The Mental Disorders and the Disabilities, Volume 1.